Breaking news analysis. China-US relations during the Iran war. Even as the war involving Iran, Israel, and the United States intensifies, one relationship remains surprisingly active. China and the United States are still maintaining diplomatic engagement. This creates a complex geopolitical situation where the world's two largest powers are competing, cooperating, and watching each other at the same time. China's position on the war. China has strongly criticized the military strikes on Iran and called for an immediate end to the conflict, arguing that force will only create more instability. Reuters.com. At the same time, Chinese officials are carefully avoiding a direct confrontation with Washington and continue to emphasize the importance of stable US-China relations. TheGuardian.com. This shows China is trying to balance two interests: supporting diplomatic solutions and protecting partners like Iran, preventing its rivalry with the US from escalating into direct conflict. Why the United States is watching China closely. For Washington, China is not directly involved in the war, but it remains strategically important. Analysts warn that when the US becomes heavily engaged in Middle East conflicts, China can gain geopolitical space to strengthen its economic and military position elsewhere, including in technology, manufacturing, and naval power. WashingtonPost.com. This means the war in Iran is not only about the Middle East, it also affects the global balance of power between Washington and Beijing. Energy and economic stakes. China is one of the world's largest energy importers, and instability in the Middle East directly threatens its oil supply. The conflict has already disrupted shipping near the Strait of Hormuz, which handles about 20% of global oil trade, pushing oil prices higher and threatening global fuel markets. N.Wikipedia.org. Because of this, China is prioritizing energy security and economic stability while urging diplomatic solutions. Reuters. Strategic reality. The current situation reveals an important geopolitical truth. The United States is militarily engaged in the Middle East. China is positioning itself diplomatically and economically. Both countries are carefully avoiding turning this crisis into a direct confrontation between them. Implications. Geopolitical. The Iran war could shift the global balance of power depending on whether the US becomes deeply entangled while China continues to expand economically. Economic. Energy disruptions affect both nations, meaning neither wants the conflict to destabilize global markets too severely. Strategic. China may try to position itself as a diplomatic alternative power, while the US remains the